everyone. Welcome to another episode where we explore everyday English to help you sound more natural.
Exactly. Today, we're diving deep into common English phrases for daily life. Learning phrases instead of single words helps you speak more naturally and understand context effortlessly.
Right? So, let's kick things off with our first phrase. How's it going?
This one's super common. It's like a casual way to ask, "How are you?" Use it with friends, family, or coworkers you're comfortable with.
Exactly. And how would you respond?
You could say, "It's going well, thanks," or "Pretty good, just a bit busy." It really depends on the situation.
Got it. Next up, we have I'm just chilling.
I love this one. It means you're relaxing, taking it easy. Maybe you're watching a movie, reading a book, or just enjoying some quiet time.
So, if someone asks what you're doing on a Sunday afternoon, you could say, I'm just chilling at home.
Exactly. It's the opposite of "I'm running around like crazy." Next, we have grab a bite.
This one's great for when you're hungry but don't have time for a full meal.
Yep, like at work when you only have 20 minutes for lunch. You could say to a coworker, "Hey, want to grab a bite at the cafe downstairs?"
Perfect. Now, let's move on to call it a day.
This phrase is great for when you're ready to stop working or finish an activity. If you've been working on a project for hours and you're tired, you might say, "I think I'm going to call it a day."
It doesn't have to be just for work, though. If you've been cleaning your house all afternoon and you're exhausted, you could say it.
Right. Next up, take a break.
It means to pause what you're doing and rest for a bit. If you've been studying for hours, you might say, I need to take a break.
And then we have run errands.
This one's all about completing small tasks or chores, usually outside the house, like going to the bank, picking up dry cleaning, or buying groceries.
It's a way to say you've got a bunch of little things to do. Let's move on to keep in touch.
It means staying connected with someone, even if you don't see them often.
Like when you're saying goodbye to a friend or coworker, you might say, "Let's keep in touch." Especially common when someone's moving away or changing jobs.
Exactly. Next is in a hurry.
This is for when you're rushing or don't have much time. If you're late for work and someone stops you to chat, you might say, "Sorry, I'm in a hurry."
And then we have pick up.
This one has a couple of meanings, but the most common is to collect something or someone.
Right, like I need to pick up some groceries, or I'm going to pick up my friend from the airport. Super practical.
And next is just in case.
This one's all about being prepared for something that might happen, even if it's not certain.
Like if it looks like it might rain, you might say, "I'm going to bring an umbrella just in case." It's like having a backup plan.
Precisely. Let's move on to get things done.
It's a great way to say you're focused and determined. "I'm going to stay late at the office to get things done." It's all about being productive and accomplishing your tasks.
Next up, catch up.
This has a couple of meanings. The first is about reconnecting with someone. If you haven't seen a friend in a while, you might say, "We should catch up soon."
And the other meaning is about getting back on track with something you've fallen behind on.
Right, if you've been sick and missed a lot of work, you might say, "I need to catch up on my emails." Next, we have out of order.
Pretty straightforward. It means something isn't working or is broken.
Exactly. If you're at a cafe and the coffee machine isn't working, there might be a sign that says out of order. Let's talk about on the go.
Meaning being busy and constantly moving. If you're always running from one place to another, you might say, I'm always on the go.
A great way to describe a fast-paced lifestyle. Which brings us to our next phrase, make the most of it.
This means taking full advantage of a situation or opportunity. If you're on vacation, you might say, I'm going to make the most of my time here.
It's a way to say you're determined to enjoy or appreciate something fully. And then we have settle down.
This one has a couple of meanings. The first is about calming down after being upset or excited.
Right. If someone's really agitated, you might say, "Settle down, it's okay." The other meaning is about establishing a stable, permanent lifestyle.
If someone's been traveling a lot and decides to stay in one place, they might say, I'm ready to settle down. Next up, hang out.
This one's all about spending time casually with someone. No big plans, just relaxing together.
If you're meeting a friend, you might say, want to hang out this weekend? And then we have hit the road.
This one's for when you're leaving or starting a journey. If you're about to start a road trip, you might say, "Let's hit the road."
It's a way to say, let's get going. Let's get to break the ice.
It's about starting a conversation, especially in a situation where people might feel awkward or shy.
If you're at a conference and want to talk to someone, you might say, I'll break the ice by asking about their job. And then get the ball rolling.
Starting something like a project or a discussion. Let's get the ball rolling on this new assignment. It's a way to say, let's start this thing and keep it moving.
And now for our last phrase of this section. What's up?
You've definitely heard this one before. It's a casual way to ask what's happening or how are you, but way less formal.
So to recap,
We've just gone through a huge amount of really useful, common phrases. Try to listen out for these and use them in conversations.
right? Let's move on and cover a few more. How about we start with long time no see?
Yes. This is perfect for when you haven't seen someone in a while. If you bump into an old friend, it's a quick way to acknowledge the gap since you last met.
Exactly. It's a nice way to ask, what have you been up to? Right, next we have, I'm beat.
A classic. This is so useful when you're really tired. Quick way to say you're exhausted after a long day, for example.
It is, and now a fun one. How about, it's a piece of cake?
Well, unless you're talking about baking, that sounds a little weird. No, this basically means something is really easy.
Good one. Something like, how was that test you did? Oh, it was a piece of cake.
That's right. Now, what about, let's call it a night?
Okay, well that means you're done for the day and ready to stop whatever you're doing. Usually to go to bed or relax.
Perfect. And then, a phrase that I'm sure we've all said at some point, I'm running late.
Oh yes, those days when everything seems to take longer than planned. A quick way to say you're behind schedule.
That's right. Right next is hold on a second.
This is super useful for those times when you need someone to wait for a moment. Like saying, give me a minute.
And then, one that's all too familiar. It slipped my mind.
Oh yeah, it's a perfect way of saying you forgot something. A little softer than just saying, I forgot. So it's great for when you don't want to sound too careless.
I like that. Right next we have I'm all ears.
This is great for when you're ready to listen to someone. Like saying, I'm listening, but with a little more enthusiasm.
Exactly. Right, something that we could all use a little bit more is, it's on me.
Huh, this is used when you want to treat someone. Like saying, I'll pay for this. Nice one.
And finally, in this section, we have, let's play it by ear.
This is a good one. When you're not sure about plans and want to stay flexible. Like saying, let's see how things go and decide later.
Yep. Right? Let's move on again. Next up, I'm feeling under the weather.
Ah, that's useful. It's a great, polite way of saying you're sick or not feeling 100%.
Exactly. How about, let's hit the hay?
That's a fun one. Great for when you're ready to call in night and go to bed.
A casual way to say, let's go to sleep. Perfect. Right next is, it's not a big deal.
Again, super useful. This one's great for when something isn't as important or serious as it might seem.
Like saying, don't worry about it, it's not a problem. That's a good one to keep in mind. Right next, I'm just pulling your leg.
Huh, this one's really fun because it's all about joking around. Like saying, I'm just kidding or I'm teasing you.
That's it. And let's get down to business.
Oh yes, this one's great for when it's time to focus and get serious. Saying, let's start working or let's focus on the task at hand.
Love it. Right, this phrase is next. I'm in the same boat.
Another fantastic one, and it's great for when you're in the same situation as someone else. Like saying, I'm dealing with the same thing.
Showing a little empathy. Great. Now, a way of passing the buck. It's up to you.
Passing the buck. Huh. Use this when you want to let someone else make the decision. Saying, you choose, or it's your call.
That's it. And then we have, I'm swamped.
Oh yeah, this one's great for when you're really busy or overwhelmed. Like saying, I have way too much to do.
And finally, in this section, we have, let's wrap it up.
Use this for when it's time to finish something. When you're in a meeting, you could say, all right, let's wrap it up.
Okay, so lots of useful phrases again. One more section, do you think?
Yeah, go on, let's do it.
Okay, let's start with, Throw someone under the bus.
Uh-huh. This is a negative one. It means blaming someone else to save yourself. Oh, that is bad.
It is. Okay, how about this? Spill the beans.
A fun one, and nothing to do with actual beans. No, this means revealing a secret.
Exactly. Now, next, hit the nail on the head.
Oh, that's good. And no, we don't mean hitting for real, haha. No, this means someone is exactly right.
Yep. So, next phrase, think outside the box.
Another very useful one. This means being creative or doing something differently.
Yep, and then we have, take it with a grain of salt.
But this is a good one. It means don't believe something completely.
That's it. So, how about, once in a blue moon?
I like this one. This means something happens very rarely.
Yep. Okay, next up is, on the same page.
That's a good one. This means everyone agrees or understands the plan.
Very important that everyone's on the same page. Otherwise, problems, haha. How about cutting edge?
Okay, well, this means something is super modern or advanced.
Yep, super modern. Okay, another one. Back to the drawing board.
Huh, a bit of a negative one, but useful. This means starting over after a failure.
Yeah. Oh, this is a good one. Burn the midnight oil.
Oh yeah, this means working late into the night.
Exactly. It's getting late, so let's move on and cover some more.
Good idea. Let's do it.
So the next phrase is, the ball is in your court.
Okay, so this means it's your turn to decide or act.
Exactly. Then next up, cost an arm and a leg.
Ah, well, this means something is very expensive, like crazy expensive.
Yep. Okay, then there's sit on the fence.
This means you can't decide or you're staying neutral.
Yep. Next one, bite the bullet.
Huh, this means doing something difficult or unpleasant because you have to.
Right. Then we have in a nutshell.
This means summarizing something in a few words, like a super short summary.
Just short and sweet. Then we have take it easy.
Ah, I like that one. This phrase is good for when someone is stressed, rushing, or working too hard. Like saying relax.
Take it easy. Right, next phrase. That's a win-win.
This means when everyone gets something good, a good result for all.
Next, we have you're spot on.
Useful. This means you're exactly right. A fun, natural way to agree with someone.
And next, something a bit more negative, perhaps. It's not my cup of tea.
Huh. This is a polite way to say you don't like something. Tactful.
That's it. Okay, then we have that's the last straw.
Oh yeah, I know that feeling. This phrase is for when you've had enough. When something small finally makes you lose patience.
Okay, next up is the phrase hang in there.
Okay, so that's how you encourage someone who's struggling.
Right? A good, supportive phrase. Next is I'm on it.
Ooh, I like this one. This is what you say when someone asks you to do something and you want to show you'll handle it right away.
Yep. Now next up, break a leg.
Ah, well, we don't literally mean breaking a leg. No, this is a fun way to wish someone good luck, especially before a performance or exam or big event.
Fingers crossed. Okay, then what do you have in mind?
Right? Use this when you want to ask someone for their idea or plan. It's like saying, tell me your thoughts.
Perfect. Okay, now, it's a no-brainer.
That's one I use a lot. This means something is so easy to decide. You don't need to think hard.
Yep, you just know straight away. Okay, next is, I'll sleep on it.
That's also very useful. It's how you say, I need time to decide. No rushing, just let it rest.
Exactly. Okay, then, that rings a bell.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Use this when something feels familiar, but you can't quite remember.
You know it's in there, somewhere. So next we have go the extra mile.
Okay, well this means putting in more effort than expected, going further than you need to.
Good one. Now, slightly different. Cut corners.
Yeah, cut corners is the opposite of going the extra mile. It means doing something cheaply or quickly, but badly.
Right, next phrase, which I really like using is, let's cross that bridge when we come to it.
Yes, use this to say, we'll deal with that problem later. No need to stress now.
Okay, what's next?
Next common phrase that's used in daily life is, let's face it.
This is how you start an honest, but maybe uncomfortable, truth.
Yep. Next up, I'm on the fence.
This is when you're unsure about a decision, like choosing between two options.
Good one. Then there's, let's shake on it.
This is how you informally agree to something. We have a deal.
Exactly. Right. Here's another. It's up in the air.
Use this when plans are uncertain or not finalized yet. So everything is still to be decided.
And finally, I think it's our last phrase. I'm running on fumes.
Oh yes, I felt like that before. This means you're exhausted, like a car with no gas left.
So, we've been through so many great and useful phrases. Hopefully you've been listening carefully and can use some of these in your conversations.
That's it. And that's all we have time for today. Thank you for joining us.